Hey, how you doing? Today is December 30th, 2020, and today I'm doing a review on a brand new book that just came out about 3 days ago called A Not So Random Walk on Wall Street by Gregory Mannarino. Now, I've done one other book review, and it was for a book called The Millionaire Fastlane that had a mega impact on my life. Absolutely altered the course of my life, and I couldn't be more grateful, so I had to give it a shout out. This book is already one of my all-time favorites for a few reasons. First of all, it's short. It's 76 pages long. I love a book that gets straight to the point, gets in, gets out, and gets it done. I just really appreciated that about this book. Number two, it's not just about stocks or trading the stock market. There were parts of this book that could apply to tons of people, regardless of whether or not they even know what the stock market is. And it was really cool of Greg to put some of these things in this book that might not seem directly related to trading stocks, even though they probably are more important than even technical analysis. So, quick to summarize what's in the book. He really just touches on some of the fundamental principles that any stock trader needs to be aware of, and he kind of just like opens the door and so that you can walk through it. He doesn't go super deep into any of this stuff. So if you have no understanding of how the stock market works, this could be a really great place to start. I always compare things to learning how to ride a bike. You could read a book on riding a bike. You could see a picture of somebody riding a bike. You could even learn how to build a bike. But it's not until you actually see somebody riding the bike that you think, oh, I can do that. Well, that's how this book is. It's almost like Greg let us peek over his shoulder as a professional stock trader and see what he's doing so that we can turn around and do the same thing for ourselves. So he touches on fundamental analysis, assessing the true value of companies, of stocks, of entire markets. He talks about technical analysis a little bit, mainly trends. It's not a book about stock chart patterns and that kind of stuff. It's really just about the basic fundamentals of trading. And the thing is, I've studied technical analysis a lot, and when it comes down to it, you really don't need to get too technical with it. You don't have to get complicated. It should be very simple, and it is very simple. Pay attention to trends, and that's 90% of it. So then he goes into trading options, which is an area that I don't know a ton about. I have only been trading options for a couple months, but the way he lays things out helped me understand the idea a lot better. One of the best little trading nuggets that I got out of this book is using short-term options to hedge other positions, because you can hedge a large position with a small short-term option position, and they can balance each other out in the short term, which is a really good strategy if you don't want to exit the trade entirely, or if you're not sure which way the market's going to go but you want to hedge your bet a little bit. It's just really neat to have somebody explain some of these strategies that people like Greg use when trading things like options. And it goes so far beyond just buying and selling options or stock, which is really cool. Let's see, what else? Greg is very much a big picture guy. He stresses the point that debt is what is driving the stock market today. And if you pay attention to the debt and what's going on there with the Federal Reserve, with the balance sheet, with the value of the dollar, if you're paying attention to that, you can pretty much determine what the stock market's going to do, because the stock market is completely dependent. He even calls it a derivative of the debt market, which is something that a lot of people miss. You know, I get YouTubes telling me all the time to watch a bunch of these traders, and you got these guys looking at this chart and that chart and all these patterns, and they're trying to like dissect things and predict where things are going to go. The thing I like about Greg is that he just says, hey, they're creating a bunch more money, a bunch more debt, stock market's going to go up. And that is a great fundamental layer of understanding to have, to then build on top of with technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and all those kinds of things. So just some really practical trading advice that I found incredibly useful, and I'm already putting it to work, you know, a day and a half after reading it. The second part of the book is called Break the Chains of Debt. This part is all about how to free yourself from unsecured debt like a credit card. And, you know, I just had a friend not too long ago pay off $16,000 worth of credit card debt, which was a lot of money to them. And now after reading this, I realized that they probably could have paid that debt off and saved almost half of their money, just by following a simple strategy based around the laws that banks have to follow, and just how banking and credit card debt works in general. You know, you can go hire a company that will help you get out of debt, and this is what they do. He kind of gives you that insider secret. And so if you're somebody that has a bunch of credit card debt, you should 100% buy this book, skip to that chapter, read it. It's like 3 pages long, something like that, and get to work. Get out of debt, because getting out of debt and at least being break even, not having this burden of future payments, allows you to start growing your wealth and is foundational when it comes to, you know, trading the stock market. You don't want to be trading the stock market if all of your profits are going to the interest of some debt that you're servicing. So that part was extremely valuable. The final chapter is about mindset, which I thought was really interesting to be in like a stock trading book. But if you've ever watched Gregory Mannarino's videos, he puts out like 2 videos every single trading day for free. He puts out tons of stuff for free. It's absolutely crazy. He's the one of the few people I know that puts out almost everything, all of his work, for free. And it's because he has this mindset of being valuable, of being open to the world, of giving, because he knows that if he gives, he will receive. And that's how the world works. So this chapter on mindset, it's called Develop a Winning Attitude. It applies to everybody, and it's a key to success in anything you do. But if you combine these 3 things, having the right mindset, being completely out of debt, and then using a fundamental, simple understanding of the markets to trade in those markets and earn income from that, and put that income into real assets that actually build your wealth, I mean, it's just a really cool recipe for success. So I absolutely recommend this book. Again, it is A Not So Random Walk on Wall Street by Gregory Mannarino. Greg, if you watch this video, thank you so much for this book. Thank you for your website where you've got a chat room and tons of free stuff going on. And thank you for making yourself accessible to people like me. It's been tremendously helpful to have somebody to guide me through learning how to trade the markets, and I just really appreciate it. So go check out this book, A Not So Random Walk on Wall Street, and let me know what you think. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for the last day of 2020. Thanks for watching.